AFL Players for Climate Action acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. We acknowledge that footy comes from Mangrook, a First Nations game. Mangrook has been played on these lands that have been protected and nurtured by Australia's first people for over 80,000 years. We acknowledge the past, present, and emerging elders who have and continue to protect these lands and look to their guidance and knowledge as we work towards a future all Australian people can be proud of. We know the world is changing. We can see it, we can feel it. And now climate events like bushfires, extreme heat, drought and floods are striking at the heart of our game, striking at the grassroots in our communities. Grassroots footy is a place where you meet your mates, where families come together, where you feel connected, where you live and breathe footy. It's where you make lifelong memories. Community clubs are the heart and soul of our game, powering our future, our planet, our game, powering our local.
One of my favourite memories of playing at Goody Saints was the under-12s grand final. We played alright, but ended up losing by a few goals. I remember standing in the grandstand crying with my mum after the game, which was, looking back on it now, is pretty funny, but that was definitely one of the highlights of playing here.
I used to love playing here at Brunswick Street Oval and training here because I could ride my bike because I lived really close, and also it's just a great atmosphere here on a Sunday with the back-to-back games, and it was really fun to be a part of.
Always used to just come in footy boots, socks, shorts, a jumper on my bike with a t-shirt over the top. There wasn't much waste. It was pretty much just top off, mouth guard in, chain the bike up and ready to go. So that was pretty much a routine.
Growing up, I didn't have necessarily too many game day routines. I was a bit of a perfectionist too, so when it came to pulling up my socks, I made sure that they had to be really even. They couldn't be at different lengths.
Yeah, coming back here, I used to love trying to be Buddy Franklin, kicking from the boundary. The camaraderie with the schoolmates straight after school, be first here and see how many goals we can kick before training.
Hi, my name's Ryan Thilthorpe.
Hi, I'm Nomora Stolton.
My name's Riley Bonner.
I'm Dylan Buckley.
I'm Emma Carney, but it all started here in Hamilton.
And it all started here at the Fitzroy Junior Footy Club.
But it all started here at Goodwood Saints Football Club.
Goodwood Saints Football Club is located in the leafy suburb of Millswood, which is about 5 minutes south of the Adelaide CBD. So the club has 845 players, and we would have close to 2,000 members. Hi, my name's Craig Scott. I'm the president of the Goodwood Saints Football Club, and I've been involved in this club for 44 years. I've just got to make sure I get this right now. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 teams. So it's a very large club.
Growing up, I had a lot of mates that forced me to play footy. Was much a soccer player, but playing in under-12 premiership found my love for footy, and I've got some fond memories and some good mates that I still hang out with.
It's where I fell in love with footy and where I found huge passion that's taken me so far in life. I've got two younger sisters, and seeing them come through the same pathway and playing for Goody Saints and seeing how much they enjoyed it has just brought back so many fun memories, and I owe a lot to Goody Saints, and I'm so grateful that I was able to play here.
So our farm here is about 3.5 hours from Melbourne. South of the Grampians, we're about an hour and a half from the beach. Best of both worlds as far as we're concerned. Hi, I'm Loretta Carney.
Hi, I'm Michael Carney.
And we're Emma's parents.
My first memory of playing footy or even just picking up a footy was here at my farm. I remember just being out in the backyard with my two brothers, probably donning the Essendon Guernsey, which was my team supporting when I grew up, and kicking the footy with my dad and learning the tricks of the trade from him. I started doing Auskick down at the Hamilton Footy Club when I was in prep. So that was the start of my footy journey, and then it wasn't until I was in grade 3 where I started playing footy with the boys, and I absolutely loved it. When I was 12, I was told I was no longer able to play the game, and growing up loving the game, it was devastating.
For Emma, playing sport, I thought, as a father, had no future because there was no women teams around. But Emma was so keen and loved sport that she would still listen in and pick up on a few of the skills I was trying to teach my boys. And as a result, my boys didn't really go too far in footy or cricket, but Emma has gone a long way.
Community footy to me is just that sense of belonging. It's that sense of purpose. It gives people an opportunity from all walks of life where you come together and you're either playing or you're watching. And I mean, there is some similarities in terms of that communities type feel within the city, but I think it's even more profound in the country areas because of the close nature of, you know, knowing pretty much everyone within the town.
Yeah.
The Fitzroy Footy Club was established in 1886 as a founding member of the Victorian Football League. In fact, Fitzroy won the first VFL premiership. My name is Gabrielle Murphy and I'm Vice President of the Fitzroy Football Club.
Yeah.
The Fitzroy Football Club was kicked out of the AFL in 1996, and even before that, kicked off this ground here at Brunswick Street Oval and became the refugees of the AFL. For us to come home here to Brunswick Street Oval means a huge amount, not just to our old supporters, but to our new supporters as well. We put on the best game day experience of any local footy club, anyone would agree.
Well, it's actually good to be back here at Troy Footy Club to see the grass has recovered, albeit, 10 years ago I used to tear it up out here a lot, so it's good to know that it's recovered. Yeah, I've had some good games out here. Definitely the peak of my career was about under 15s. Unfortunately, didn't carry up too much from there, but remember kicking some big bags. I think 14 was on the history boards up here. I've still got the record.
I started playing at Fitzroy when I was about 12 or 13. I have 3 brothers, so we just played a lot of footy at home and in the park that we live on. So once the Women's and Girls League opened up, it was a big relief and really fun to finally be able to play the sport that you love with your gender. Local footy for me was a great opportunity to bring not only my family together, but come together with my friends and people from the community and train and make friends with people in your area, which I think is massive.
On game day here, especially if it's sunny, we have Hipster Hill over there just full of young people from the local area. And because we are part of the inner city and there are a lot of hipsters amongst us, then it just seemed a natural name.
With climate impacts starting to be felt in footy, we have to be part of the solution. For these 3 local clubs, solar panels were the starting point. Hamilton is just at the beginning of their journey. During the making of this film, they installed solar panels on their new junior club rooms at Padrina Park. In 2012, Fitzroy installed solar at their Brunswick Street facilities, adding solar and a battery at Ramsden Street in 2018, and now making plans to be powered by 100% renewable energy. Meanwhile, Goodwood have installed solar panels, LED lighting for their oval, energy-efficient lighting in their club rooms, and now they're feeding back into a community energy grid.
The club is very passionate about being a member of the community. It's not just about football, it's about what we can do for the members of our club and in particular our players.
The Hamilton Kangaroos, to become a sustainable club, is a good example for our whole community. They're putting their hand up, they're saying, this is what's happening, we need to do something.
It's because it's the right thing to do, and because we are a strong club, we take our responsibility in that area very seriously. If the federal election taught us anything, it taught us that people really think climate action is crucial.
We want to be as sustainable as possible. And the great thing with the savings energy costs is that we can then funnel that money towards things that are significant within the club that aren't covered by normal subscriptions.
When a club installs solar panels, every year that club is avoiding about 10 tonnes of carbon dioxide emissions, and that equates to about 2 large hot air balloons or planting about 50 trees every year.
Australia has a massive electricity grid. We've got so much solar and wind to be able to access, and through clubs like Goodwood, who are setting up local energy grids, they're really helping balance the other end of the grid with local energy.
You know, Hamilton is surrounded by farmers, and farmers are the ones that are affected most by climate change. Sport is the perfect driver in creating social change. So when you've got a powerful club like Hamilton advertising what they're doing, but also it sparks that conversation, and hopefully through that conversation we can see other sporting clubs, but also locals, making the switch to solar. For Hamilton Footy Club to be taking climate action seriously, I was thrilled when I heard about it. For them to be able to make that change and create those conversations and be a leader within the Hamilton community, it's huge. It makes me really happy, and it makes me smile that my club or my town growing up is a driver in climate action.
It'd be really scary if local footy was put at risk by climate change, and I know especially in rural communities that really is a possibility, and we've seen it over the last couple of years. Local footy clubs can play such an important role in climate action and banding together, and that community aspect of really educating everyone and having such strong relationships around climate action is super important. I think that's why I'm so proud of Fitzroy Junior Footy Club.
There's a really rich history that dates back a long way, and I think to then be able to get in the forefront with climate action and be on the right side of history, it makes me feel really proud to come from a club that is so strong in really important spaces.
As players, we play such a pivotal role in being able to voice our concerns and play a vital part to be able to change the way people talk about climate change and how it needs to be spoken about a lot more.
I'm proud of the footy club because it's taking one of the leading roles in climate action and helping show the rest of Australia how to take steps in preventing climate change.